they ain't never threw a fucking pebble in the set. But like escalated beef, they ain't never crossed the hood out, never slid through the hood.
It's an elephant in the room, man. Let's get to the elephant, man. The Geers got ran out they hood by the 18th Street. They not there no more. Dose, speak on it, man.
I ain't never had but some homies is some dope in a little bad. I ain't never had but some problems for you in the police on my. I ain't never had you say about the next to the Johnny's.
Welcome and welcome back to S.WigginsTV. It's your host of Damos, and we does it for the West Coast, Worldwide Wiggins. Man, you already know what time it is, man. I got the interview of all interviews, bro. We about to get to it, man. We about to cover the good, the bad, and the mother ugly, bro. We about to talk about everything that we can on the internet. You feel me? Because, you know, the people watching. But let's get down to it, bro. Give it up for my boy Deuce Face from the one and only Geer Gang Crew.
Hey, how y'all? What up, y'all?
What's the deal,
What
bro?
up, Wiggins? Hey, I appreciate you for this opportunity, bro, to shine a light, bro, and clear up the bush.
Dose, let's take it all the way back. What year or like what era was the Geer gangs formed out there in West Adams?
All right, you know, according to the archives, we started like around between 78 and 80, bro.
All right, and what hoods was over there at that time? Just y'all?
During that time, you know, I got uncles from MARVIN gangsters and I got uncles from Schoolyard, bro. So from what I know, during that time, it was original Godfather Crips, bro, and Harlems. That was it. West Side Crips, shit like that.
How?
Oh, West Boulevard. Hey, West Boulevard too. West Boulevard too. They are a pivotal part of our creation.
Okay, for sure. How did Deuce Face become familiar with the Geer Gang Crips?
All right, well, I went to Emerson Middle School in West LA. You know, I went to school out of Mansfield, Playboys, Marvin, and, you know, certain homies was going to school, and I would run into the homies. You know, most of the homies were the Palms and Webster. You know what I'm saying? So I went to school with a lot of trades, bro, and then my homies started going to school there. You know, get kicked out of school, and that's how you meet. And then I had homies from West Boulevard, too. And that's how I got introduced to the hood. And then I met my homie, Lil J Fly, Half Pint.
Yeah, but your mama moved from Chicago, right? Or your family?
Yeah. My mom and them moved from Chicago. And then my grandmother married my grandfather. My step-grandfather, but it's my grandfather. He was from New Orleans. So my family, when my mama moved from Chicago, they lived in the schoolyards. My grandmama met my grandfather. He lived in the hood off of Adams and Clyde. And that's how I got introduced to the section. And then I got uncles from Marvin gangsters in schoolyard.
Now, this is a popular question, bro, and I'm happy we got somebody on here to clarify. A lot of people get it confused and, you know, just don't understand. Like, what is the difference between two times in neighborhood? They think two times is neighborhood, or it's block, or it's Crip gang, or can you kind of break it down for them to the best of your knowledge?
I definitely can. To the best of my knowledge, we adopted the Deuce times from West Boulevard. All right. Also, Long Beach 20s, we're not really integrated with them, but we know of them. They bang the two too, but we got the two from West Boulevard, 100%.
Okay, but like, what does the two time exactly mean for those who don't know? Like, is it Crip gang?
It's Crip gang. It's Crip gang. You got Geer. You got West Boulevard. Some schoolyards bang the tools. Some Shorelines bang the tools. Maybe they all. I'm not too clear about the Shorelines, so I can't speak on their history. But I know that those are our allies, and we push the tool because we have a common camaraderie. Because niggas have issues with the brothers on the other side in West LA, and they bang the three. My homies originally was Geer Gangster Crips. The G homies was threes. But we had problems with the PBGs and the Marvins. You know, the Marvins was our homies, but, you know, and the Marvins and PBGs always been tight. But, you know, when one fall out, you know what I'm saying, the other one got to pick sides. So, you know, the Marvins and PBGs alive, and we did our shit. And we always had a relationship with the schoolyard as well. So that was also a factor in dividing shit.
So do two-time hoods always beef with three times? Because there's actually, I heard of like trays that actually, you feel me? I heard of gangster crips that push two times. So do all two times beef with gangs? Like, kind of break that down, because do they all?
Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah, we don't beef with all gangsters, bro. On my section, it's just the West LA trade card when I was coming up. And I can tell you now that a lot of that shit, it went away. So, no, we don't even really beef with dudes over there. You know, we got one section that there will always be a little tension, but we ain't even tripping with them no more. But as far as A-Trade gangsters, 5-Trade Avalon, 4-Trade gangsters, we don't have no problems with them. We cool with them. It's just the West Side trades, the West LA trades. And we actually have mended a bunch of them bridges too. So we building the bridge to try to bring all this shit back together now. So right now, we're not even tripping with nobody in West LA.
Okay. Can you tell us how that came about, how you guys came to squash things with the West LA trades? Was it a big homie or something?
Yeah, well, I got a homie, my homie Lil Top, man. He's really big in gang intervention. Him and my homie Sparky, man, and they did a lot of groundwork. It started with Jim Brown. You know, we built a rapport with the Mansfields. We mended that fence. And then the Marvins has always been our brothers, man. They right on the other side of the freeway, man. And, you know, and we have family over there. I got uncles, blood uncles from over there, man. And, you know, bullshit ain't nothing but chewed up grass, man, and only real ones gonna last. So as time grew on, you know, the homie was able to build relationships, and we mended bridges, bro. We got shit right again.
All right, I'm definitely glad that, you know, it's Keyway Love, and you guys came to an understanding, bro, and you put it behind you, bro. But if you could tell us, like, for those who don't know, like, which one of those West LA trades was you guys getting into it, like, the most frequently? Like, would you say was like the worstest enemy at one point?
Well, you know, if we look at the track record and the scoreboard, it would have to be the brothers on Cadillac and La Cienega. But at the same time, you know, different homies had different issues. With me, my issues were with the brothers on the other side on Ridgely and Apple, the Marvin gangsters. You know what I mean? And you know, I got family from over there, but you know, it was all about like territory and economics, bro. But as far as the number one enemy out the West LA trades, that would have to be the brothers on Cadillac and La Cienega, the Corning Street brothers.
So, because you said something interesting. You said Cadillac and La Cienega, bro. But they have a new hood there called, well, I ain't going to say it's new, but a new word hood called Ladies First Choice in that same area.
No, that's not new. That's not new. Lady First Choice, and they don't bang 3 times, they bang 1 time. I went to Hamilton High School, and I know LFCs, man. There was a clique that's been prevalent over there for years. You got LFCs, you got Bear Rocks, you know, then you got the Buy Yourself Gangsters and you Buy Yourself Hustlers. So that whole area, LFC has always been around. They're not new. They've been around since like at least 95.
Yeah.
And you got the Blasting Schools too.
Yeah. I just had to bring that up because obviously Cadillac and La Cienega, you know, traditionally is known as Playboy turf, but these days, you know,
yes.
The Ladies First Choice, you know, is kind of, you know, in the area, like you said, you know. So I just wanted to clarify so we don't send the wrong message. But nah, it's cool.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, but you might do more LFC, man. There's some good brothers over there too. You know, I graduated from Hamilton, bro, so I went to school with a lot of them. But they've always been around, and I think they have some type of family relationships with the brothers on Corner Street.
Okay. All right, for sure.
Yeah, and you know, I try not to be disrespectful to them, man. You know, I was really in the field, man, and you know, the respect is given it when it's earned, and they got respect. So I'm never saying nothing derogatory towards them dudes. The history is what it was. So when I say the brothers on Corner Street, I mean the PBGs.
Yeah, for sure. Now, with respect to Schoolyard, they have a history. Some of them claim 2 times, and some have a history of claiming trash. So has that ever, played into any friction with y'all?
Absolutely. But it just depends on your age range. The older homies, they built a bridge with them. They've always been our homies. But just like any relationship, any kind of family situation, you're gonna have skirmishes. But we've never had to go there with them. We've had little disagreements, but they've always been our allies. They've always remained consistent, just like the Vintage Shorelines.
All right,
and also the Rolling 40, also the Rolling 40s and the Rolling 60s. Them the homies too.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna ask you, man, just if you could name all the allies. Okay, West Boulevard, Shorelines.
West Boulevard. You got West Boulevard, Schoolyard, Vintage Shoreline, the whole Rolling Car, and the East Side Gangsters. We cool with them too. We don't have any issues with the Hoovers. I mean, we have skirmishes with them, but I don't know what the younger generation is on. But my generation, we've always been decent with the Hoovers and the Trouble Gangsters as well.
Okay, all right. And what would the actual trouble with the Hoovers be about? I mean, seeing as how you guys don't really beef with all gangsters, like what even caused that?
Yeah. All right, so the Hoovers is the homies, bro. To me, my little homies, they gotta have alliances with people who may not agree with that. But the Hoovers, I done been in jail, I done been in rumbles and all kind of shit, man. And the Hoovers always been there, man. And our alliance with the Rolling 40s might make some of them feel some type of way how we with the 40s and the 60s. But no, we ain't never had no real issue with the Hoovers, bro. Like fighting, that shit don't count. You know what I'm saying? But on some real shit, no, we don't have no problem with Hoovers at all. I fuck with Hoovers to this day.
For sure. Okay. Now, it's an elephant in the room that we got to talk about. But I'm gonna get through these. I know y'all listeners. All my wig splitters, you want to get to that topic, but just hang on with me. You feel me? But before we get in there, we got to cover all aspects. But before we get there, okay, let's kind of shift gears to the Damos in the area.
All right.
Initially, like, who was some of the first Damos y'all was getting to it with? Was it the NHB, the City Stones, Jungles?
All of them. Okay. And the Rams, all of them.
Okay. Can you, when you first started banging, Geer Gang, like, what's some of the encounters you was having, non-incriminating, you feel me, that you was having with the Damos, man? Because my boy told me a story, but now we got a live one on here to tell us.
Yeah, so as far as them, hey, they do what they do, and we do what we do. Every action get a response. As far as the BPSs, the 20s, City Stones, they played their part. They stayed on business. Geer Avenue was a long ass street with a dead end. They used to come down that mother. Excuse my language, my bad, Wiggins, but they used to come down that thing though.
All right, for sure.
They did their part.
What about, have you ever encountered the Village Stone Bloods?
Not at all. Never. That was little Ethiopia back there, bro. They might have had cats that lived back there that went to Dorsey, but that was little Ethiopia, bro. And it was a lot of older people that lived back there. And there was never no activity back there. But I was just sliding up Adams, man. They got a lot of writing over there on the wall, but I ain't never seen none of them. Not growing up in my generation.
All right. Now, respectfully, what's some more? Because I know you seen my hoods in West LA and that area that's not there no more. Like, what's some other hoods that used to be in your area that's not necessarily there no more? I know Baldwin Hills, maybe one of them.
Yeah, the BHs, man. But then we actually, the Baldwin Hills is over there. We actually share the same park with them, man, and You know, we know they bring the 3, but we've never had no interaction with them, bro. When we have meetings and do our shit, man, they are always respectful, bro. And I got people that I grew up from over there. So out of all the West LA trades, West Side trades, the Baldwin Hills is probably many of the main ones we really don't have no problem with.
When you was getting into it with like the Damos, was the Brims coming at y'all because y'all was, you know, getting into it with the NHBs and the BPS, or was it some separate animosity?
Well, no, you know what? Not at all, man. You know, with them, that's like random stuff, man. If they run into a homie, they gonna do what they do. If we run into them, we gonna do what we do. But it ain't, you know, in my generation, there ain't never been no big flare-ups with them brothers.
Okay, and how
it's
about
always been the tunnels and then the City Stones and the brothers from on the other side of Adams, on the other side of Western back there.
That's what's up. Okay. Before I get into that topic, I got one more thing to talk about with you, man. Over the years, I know that's like y'all brothers, you feel me? But y'all in the Shorelines kind of, you know, had y'all kind of brotherly problems, you know, inner turmoil. Like, can you say like how it started, or you know, like
no, I said that. Was, you know, I'm a little older now. I'm in my early 40s, but when we was in our younger 20s, you know, through my homie Modog, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying, we was able to repair that shit. But I can't ever talk about that. You know, I got family from over there too.
Oh, okay.
And we just trying to, like, you know, we don't want to be dead horses and dig up none of that. We not. We straight with them. That's our family. And I'm too young to even speak on that.
Nah, for sure. Oh yeah, in the graveyards, because I always forget to mention them. You guys never had nothing with them, right?
They ain't never threw a fucking pebble in the set. But much respect to them too. They over there in Santa Monica moving. I can tell you a story. When I was in 6th grade, I got jacked by some of them dudes at Santa Monica Pier, bro. They had white boys from the hood and all kind of stuff, man. They was over there doing their thing. But you know, as far as like escalated beef, they ain't never crossed the hood out, never slid through the hood. We ain't never had no issues with them brothers.
Tell us the story, man. Go into detail, man. You know, we older now, man.
So I'm gonna give you the easy shit. Like in LA, growing up, going to middle school, high school, you know, the last day of school that's like a ditch day. So me and my essay homie, man, we ditched and went to the pier down there. You know, went to go to the arcade, whatever we did back then, and you know, we ran to about 3 or 4 of them, and they actually had 1 or 2 white homies with them. And, you know, they was older than us. They was going to Santa Monica High, and, you know, pockets got ran. But, you know, we was kids. But that's my first encounter with the graveyards.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right, man. It's an elephant in the room, man. Let's get to the elephant, man.
Let's get to it.
No sugarcoating, bro. On the streets, everybody cracking these silly jokes. The Geers got ran out they hood by the 18th Street. They not there no more. Dose, speak on it, man. Give us the truth. Speak as long as you can. Just speak on it, bro.
I got you. I've been waiting to talk about this. So the first thing I'm going to say for everybody in the comments that's talking.
Hey, I know y'all finna be mad at this one. But, bro, stay tuned for part 2. When part 2 drop, when I tell you it's fire and we go in depth on the 18 versus Geer game, boy, I ask all the questions you mother could even think of. So stay tuned. Make sure you come back for that part 2. Believe that. We finna go up. It's Worldwide Wiggins.